Thanks for joining us on Champagne Dreams. I'm Stephanie.
And
This is my
Daryl.
friend Daryl. And we're just here to talk to you guys, just have some fun, keep it light. We could all use something light right now. This is Champagne Dreams. We call it Champagne Dreams because Daryl and I have done so many things on a beer budget. You know, you've heard the Champagne Dreams with a beer budget. And now we're able to experience a little bit of the champagne lifestyle. And so we just wanted to have a good time, talk to you guys, and hopefully y'all can comment and have fun with us. And yeah, I'm gonna let Daryl tell you a little fun story about us.
I mean, so ultimately, this thought process kind of stemmed from our trying to create our dream life, right? Working off of the premise of this is our vision, right? And this is what we have a quality product and we know we're going to go somewhere with it. So we just been shooting for the stars and hoping we land on the moon. And I think it's working for us thus far.
So far, so good.
We want to just share those experiences with you. I think the best experience to start off with probably would be Fashion Week, right? So if you follow us on social media, which I'm hoping you follow us, and if you're not, you should be following us on social media. We do Fashion Week quite frequently. We're probably there almost every season. And our first Fashion Week was a trip because
9 years ago.
We knew nothing. I mean, we thought we knew, but then it's a thing. I think a lot of people think they know, but until you're walking through it, you really don't know. It was a whole learning experience. And I mean, it ended up turning into this beautiful thing that led to many beautiful Fashion Weeks afterwards. But if you were in that first experience, most people would have just threw in the towel and said, you know what, this is not the glamorous life of what I thought, right? But ultimately, let's just say it started off with us thinking we're going to be in this dream hotel in the city. We're going to end up going to all these beautiful fashion shows and meeting all these celebrities and having these beautiful interviews. And
you stayed in Brooklyn.
I mean, and let's be clear, we changed in TJ Maxx bathroom for
TJ Maxx bathroom.
Yes.
Our full wardrobe, makeup, hair. We walked into TJ Maxx bathroom with all of our clothes. It was the last day of Fashion Week.
Parked in a $40 lot. I mean, on that last day because we couldn't leave our bags back in Brooklyn because we were literally I wasn't living here yet, so I hadn't moved here yet, so we couldn't leave our bags at the hotel because we weren't doubling back. We were literally hitting it right after that because remember, Champagne Dreams, we had 9 to 5, so this was a part of our
beer money for sure.
So, well, I mean, that was an experience in itself, but what came out of that experience, we changed. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm telling it right, and you can chime in at any time you want stuff, but as we marched towards this TJ Maxx bathroom, which is maybe 3 blocks away from the venue, and, we go into the bathroom, we get groomed, we get styled, with our
I had a flat iron in the bathroom, full makeup, had a scarf on. I'm in the bathroom, customers are coming in and out. And me and it's 2 other girls with us are changing and trying to figure this crap out. Maybe 45 minutes later, we come out and we're
like celebrities, looking like movie stars. At least we felt like we did. But I don't think the real validation came till we were at the actual show. And this is one of the. So we had a couple of Chitlin Circuit shows, which we'll talk about a little later, prior to this show. So this show was actually a big deal, big show, big celebrities, big fashion designer. And we're there at the show and we're interviewing, different, socialites and celebrities that are there for the show. And this one, Stephanie, is Ty.
who used to be Beyonce stylist. I think he still styles her from time to time too. But this was right after I think Blue Ivy was born.
Yes.
The first question I asked him, I asked him, I was like, how is Blue Ivy? Is she cute? He was like, she's so cute. And then he was like, you look fabulous. You guys look fabulous. And I died a little on the inside. I'm like, Beyonce stylist just told me I look fabulous. I just got changed in the damn TJ Maxx bathroom. Are you kidding me?
That part. But I think that's when we knew that we were walking into our calling because no one could see all of the challenges that we had to face going into this. And I think what we want our viewers most of all to benefit from this is that it's not a success story that happens overnight. 10 years plus now.
Learned a lot.
we've been doing that thing. Yeah. So Fashion Week, and you should follow us because
that's going to be a whole nother episode. Yeah, it's going to be a whole nother episode.
So while we're here, meanwhile, you look great, by the way. Did I tell you?
This is beer. This is Target beer money. You know what makes it look better is that it's shiny. That's all. The shiny and the light just make it
You look like you
a little champagne-ish.
I feel a little underdressed. I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm just so used to you wearing these beautiful labels, because this is our local celebrity it's like I'm so used to you wearing these beautiful labels. I'm just like, I just knew that was so
Rent the runway.
Can they
buy no $1,000 Valentino dress in real life? Well, not me. I mean, I'm Rent the Runway all day, like unlimited plan.
Which that's another episode in this too.
Yeah, so that's a whole other thing. But look, okay, you've been following like what's going on social media, right?
Oh, definitely.
Let's talk about this right here.
Okay.
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big D and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek.
Okay.
That left cheek, right cheek. I mean, I'm a Scorpio. Let's be clear. I was like those Virgos. Like, let's talk about Virgos really quickly. So I'm a Scorpio, and we all know who we are in the zodiac. And Virgos have always fascinated me as a Scorpio, like because ultimately, like Virgos are what you call low-key freaks. Like Virgos are like they're very clean and pristine on the outside, which Scorpios like, and they're very like. But then when you get them behind closed doors, you're like. You're asking for a break. You're like, can I catch my breath? I'm like, meanwhile, you can't keep it together because Virgos really just.
You seem like you've had a lot of Virgos. So look, my husband and Beyonce share the same birthday. So like, are you saying?
Meanwhile, hold up, brother-in-law is.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that. We good.
I mean, oh God, okay, sis, I knew.
Wait. I want to get into this though. You talk about you being with Virgos, but let's talk about this. What is quarantine dating like that? I know a lot of you guys out here might have been in the midst of dating or something going on during quarantine. Let's talk about this quarantine dating, Daryl. What's it like? For real?
I mean, since I'm a part of Team Single right now.
You have an OnlyFans page?
Do I have an OnlyFans page? I mean, I don't know. Do I have an OnlyFans page? Does this look familiar? Like, I mean, I always joke around.
Daryl would be the one to start an OnlyFans page.
I'm like, I always joke about it, especially if you follow me on social media. I mean, I don't have one. I respect all of those who do because, I mean, let's just be honest. During this quarantine time, you're getting us through a lot of hard times. So I respect it. I do respect it. But me personally.
That lotion I see in the background over there?
It's just vodka. What do you think of? Or I should say tequila. It's just tequila. Like, there's no lotion left out intentionally. But no, but truth be told, like, I mean, honestly, like, I respect, those of all working class, right? And we got to make our money some kind of way, like, especially in a time like right now where the only interaction is digital. So I'm not faulting anyone who has one. By all means, first one without sin, throw a stone, and I can't throw no stones. So back to that question about dating. So dating, dating ultimately right now as being part of Team Single, like it's even more difficult now than it was before. I mean, because now the only way to really meet people is through an app. Now, I personally, before quarantine, I deleted my apps. I haven't had an app since I was like I'm not going to tell you my age. Let's just say that.
Wait, Daryl got a lineup though before quarantine. Daryl had a lineup, and I have names for each of them. Pancakes, chicken, like there is a lineup that Daryl had before quarantine.
Okay, so yeah, I was seeing people. You're absolutely correct, and I think that's when you're dating, you should
seeing people.
Yeah, you should mix. I mean, you don't want to like put all your eggs in one basket till you know that that's who they are, and it's not like I'm dating like 6 people at one time. No. By any means, I can only handle no more than 2, maybe 3. I'm old school.
Your hand just said 5.
But nonetheless, ultimately, I mean, I'm very much like I'm a one and done. So when I have someone who I'm like, that's what it's all about. Like I don't need time to figure that part out. As long as we're on the same page, because if I smell BS. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm canceling it. Like, there's just like I don't got time.
Wait, but are you really canceling people during quarantine? Like, have you been FaceTiming people? Like, what's the situation like?
I'm glad you brought that up. So like that
Keep
part.
Keep it real, Daryl, because
So the FaceTiming part, right? So I'm quick to be like, okay, well, you feeling me, I'm feeling you, let's FaceTime. And then you get this like, well, yeah, let's plan this time, and then they're not available, or let's plan, and you can't, and it seems like the schedules just don't line up, and I'm like, you have nowhere to go. Like, we're in the house all day. I'm like, in the evening, surely you're free after 7 p.m.
Right.
So why is it so difficult to get you like on and see? And that's when I cancel. It's like,
Oh, get
like
you.
why are you wasting my time? But yet you want to like text me on a regular basis and send me messages. I'm like, I don't need that. Like,
You don't need a pen pal.
send me pictures or try to get me to send you. I'm not doing that. I don't know you. Like, no. Like, we can FaceTime and let's keep it 100. Like, so
Yeah.
that's the struggle. What about married life? Like, it can't be much easier. I'm imagining like you love your spouse.
No, it's not.
And you got 24/7
Okay.
spouse, right?
So I feel like during quarantine, like people
Uh-huh.
who are quarantined alone or single, like want to have like somebody there, like that they're
Yeah,
dating or
yeah.
whatever. People who are married with kids
I
are
agree.
like, free, but I mean, it's a journey for
Yeah.
sure. I saw this quote that I think Tamar Braxton put on social media the other day and was like, "Yo, if this quarantine lasts this long, everybody in a relationship is going to be single because they need this much time together." And I
Talk
mean,
about a hot girl summer, yo.
it is different if you're like spending this much time. I mean, I'm grateful for the time like with my family and my daughter. She's 16 months now, and I mean, it's been awesome. But like, I miss daycare. I know she misses daycare. Me going to work in the mornings, like I miss like that kind of that routine and going. And so sometimes like it's not like we can just go out and have fun
That
or go
break,
on a
like that
date.
mental break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I need a mental break, and I'm a Pisces, and I'm my only child, and
Mhm.
so I need like that zen time and that space, and I
Mhm.
feel like I can never get that at home, especially with like a child running around all the time. There's just no freaking break. So
So that
I'm
idea,
breaking free.
I'm
But
gonna
don't
say,
get me wrong, I love my family for sure, but yeah,
yeah,
I need
a mental detox. Well, hopefully this show provides that mental detox for all of our viewers. Because I mean, ultimately, we always have this thought that the grass is greener on the other side, right? And so, team single looking at team married, I'm like, oh, yo, that's all. I'm like, you got
and
your
Team
boo,
Mary looking at Team Single like, yo, enjoy your peace, bro.
exactly right. And so it's always you like looking for this happy medium. And I think that's what the outside provided for us, right? So the outside gave us this like delicate balance where you still you could feel like you have it all or that you're fulfilled. And if you needed to like, do you have the outside and activities outside to sort of help placate to that, right?
Yeah.
But I guess viewers, we want to know. So in our comments,
Yeah,
definitely
let us know.
let us
If
know
you're
how it
single, are
is.
you married? Like, let us know. Are you over it? Like on both ends. We want to know. Like, we really want to know.
Exactly.
Okay, so look, I think we're running out of time. So we always want to end this with just like a little positive note. We like positivity. Me and Joe, we love to have a good time, but we're also like about good vibes and good energy. So we want to like a word of the week. So
Okay.
mine is gonna be mindfulness, and I've been reading this book. I don't have it around, but I've been reading this book. Um, it's called How to Get Done,
Okay.
and it's been like very helpful because it's talk about like how we're so busy that you really just don't have time to get anything done, but you're busy being busy.
Mhm.
So it talks about mindfulness, and what mindfulness is doing something without like any thought to it, but not to the point where you're like hurting somebody, but it's just, oh, you know what, today I think I want to wake up and have a bagel and meditate and just go outside. Like you don't put any thought to it, you're just like
Yeah.
flowing. So I really want to focus on mindfulness and just doing and being more like in the present moment.
I love that. Like, I'm so here for like, yeah, I'm gonna have to snap with you on that because I think we get so caught up, especially before quarantine, we were so caught up on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, but not being mindful of where we're at in this moment and just sort of appreciating where we're at in this moment. I think my long-term like thought process or aspirational view for the impending weeks will probably be commitment. I feel like and I feel like it piggybacks off of what you're saying. Like, I feel like commitment ultimately, like, we take that word very, very much so for granted. You got to stay committed. You got to stay committed to what your long-term goal is, and you be comfortable with how it may appear, because we have these visions on how we think it. And in this quarantine
Come
moment,
on, preach.
like, I'm just saying, in this quarantine moment, like how our lives are manifesting in this moment, they're not necessarily how we thought it would look, but
Really
they're
comfortable.
opening and taking us to that next step or next level in our careers that we totally didn't see coming because we envisioned it to look like this person's life or that person's life. Commit. So commitment,
Commit and mindfulness.
bringing those two
That's
things
what we're
together.
practicing this week. So cheers to
Cheers.
champagne dreams.
Champagne
For turning
dreams.
our dream
Cheers.
into
Yeah.
reality.
Into reality.